Good morning, everybody. I hope you're keeping well this morning. Just to keep you updated on things, as you know, folk were told on Monday by the Northern Ireland Executive about some of the restrictions that are being lifted, and some of those applied, some small things applied to churches. Consulted with a number of folk in our congregation, and we don't feel that this is quite the time yet to be opening the building for anything really at the moment, other than doing the recordings on a Friday. So we're just going to sit tight for a little while longer, and we're going to wait until we hear more from the Northern Ireland Executive, and also more from Church House as well, in terms of guidance on that. So that's where we are at the minute, and we're going to continue to do these daily devotions, and we're in Psalm 8 this morning, and let me read it to you. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You've set your glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babies and infants you have established strength because of your foes, to still the enemy and the avenger. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him? Yet you've made him a little lower than the heavenly beings, and crowned him with glory and honour. You've given him dominion over the works of your hands. You've put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, and also the beasts of the field, the birds of the heavens and the fish of the sea, whatever passes along the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. I love stories where the small becomes the great. Something that you didn't realize at the start had such potential suddenly becomes the hero, or the center of the story. And I think of things like Star Wars, where Luke Skywalker goes from being a farm boy to being a Jedi Knight. Harry Potter, the forgotten orphan living in the cupboard under the stairs, becomes the chosen one who will defeat the evil Lord. Cinderella, where the forgotten stepdaughter becomes the princess. Psalm 8 actually tells us that kind of story. It tells us the story of insignificance becoming incredibly significant and valuable. Why is it in the psalm that God's name is great in all the earth? Why is his glory above the heavens? Why is it that the children, little ones, are the ones who recognize him and bring him praise? Is it because of the majesty of the heavens that he has created? Is it because when you look up at the night sky, you're lost in just the scope and the size and the scale of the universe, and looking at each pinprick of light up there in the skies and thinking how vast it is, and therefore how glorious the God is who made it all? Is that why his name is majestic throughout all the earth? Is it the magnificence of creation and the variety of creation all around us? The birds, the animals, the fish of the sea that are mentioned in the psalm, all of these things, all this variety, all this colour, all this wonder around us, is that why God's name is great? Not primarily, according to the psalmist. The primary reason why God's name is great and to be held in honour is because he takes small, weak, insignificant humanity and puts us at the centre of his purposes. We're told here he is always thinking of us. He is mindful of us. We are always on his mind, all the time. He cares for us, cares deeply for us, we're told. And that's not just us as a conglomerate, as a mass, or as a category. He cares for you and what you are going through today. tomorrow, what you've been through yesterday, last week, last month. He cares for you. The God who put all this in place, who hung the stars in the sky, cares for you. And more than that, even, we're told he crowns us with glory and honor. He gives us authority. When God creates the universe, we're told in Genesis 1, he creates humanity and gives him authority, gives them authority over all that he has made. So he takes us. We're not as strong as a bull elephant. You know, we're not as agile as a cheetah or even your domestic cat. We're not, you know, there's so many things we can't do, and yet he cares for us, and he puts us at the pinnacle of his creation. The problem, of course, in our hearts means that we mess that up. When he gives us authority, we exploit the creation that he has made, and we see the impact of that all around us. But the perfect man will one day put all things under his feet, and all things will rejoice to be ruled by the perfect man. In fact, Paul tells us in Romans that creation is groaning for that day to come, when all things are made new, and when his new redeemed humanity are placed at the centre of a new creation. We have that to look forward to, and that to give us hope today. But in the meantime, know, in the midst of all this, he sees, he knows, he cares for you. Take care today. God bless.